Hello! Today we are going to learn how to cut glass, and it also being the first step in making a stained glass piece. We have the pattern right here, so that we will use that to put the pieces on once they are cut. And then I have taken the liberty of cutting the pattern out and gluing it onto each individual colored glass piece. You can use any kind of glue. I just find Elmer's, stick glue is fine. I have the cutting board here, and then I have our two tools that we're going to be using. The actual cutting tool, and then this one will ding the piece to get it to crack and break properly. You also want to use cutting oil, and it is specific for glass cutting. So we'll get started. I'm going to dip my tool into the cutting oil, and we want to just kind of roll it a couple times, get the circular cutting blade oiled up. It basically looks like a small pizza pie cutter, to give you an idea. And then you're going to do one last and dab the excess off, and then that tool is ready to be used for cutting. And a little bit of oil goes a long way. Since I'm just showing you this, I don't have to use cutting oil for each individual piece. I can go through the entire color that I have, and then if I start to feel like it's starting to pull a little bit, add a little bit more oil. Kind of, you have to feel it out yourself. Alright, so we're going to cut the first piece here. And when we cut glass, we want to do one line all the way down. We do not want to stop midway and then try to make another angle, or we'll just stop midway through the glass. It will not cut properly. I will repeat, you do not want to stop midway through the glass. You want to make a full-on cut. Yes, you will have excess glass, but that can be used for previous projects in the future. So all the way through, one long line. You can curve it a little bit, but now you're getting a little fancy. As you get more skilled with the cutting tool and the feel of the glass and how you go about doing it, then you can kind of try to curve it a little bit. But for right now, we're just going to do straight cuts just to show you the basics of cutting glass. Alright, so we're going to put our two fingers down there so that we have it pushed down. It's not going to move away from us. And we're going to use a cutting tool. And you want to press down and use a little bit of force, not so much that it's going to break the piece in many different pieces, not the way you would like it to be. Just a little bit of force, give it a little, and then you're using your pointer finger to guide a little bit. So here I will show you. Alrighty. And that noise, if anyone doesn't like it, I'm sorry. Use your earplugs. Alright, now I'm using the ball of this tool. This is also a cutting tool. I just prefer this one because it has grip, and it's a little bit better for my hands. But I do use this metal bowl in order to just ding it a little bit and get the piece to break. So now this piece can be used for any previous. And then you're going to do it again. Now sometimes, depending on how big the piece is, you can even break it with your two hands, but you just want to be careful. And sometimes it's harder to break the piece. There we go. Alright, so now we have the piece right here. Now see how there is a lot of excess green on there? That's okay. We will be doing that once we get to the grinding stage. You want to cut as close as you can to the pattern, but you don't want to do it so much so that you're actually making more work for yourself and having to glue another pattern piece on because the entire piece of glass broke where you didn't want it to break. So, and I will continue to do this. I'm working with the green right now. Alright. And it's pretty self-explanatory. At this point, you're just seeing me cut the glass. Oh, a little bit closer. There we go. There we go. And then once these pieces are done, I'm going to put them in a container just so that until I get all of them done. And then the next stage will be grinding, which that's a very noisy stage, so I will do my best for trying to record it. And usually what I do at some point, I take a bigger piece of glass and just kind of scoot the excess away from my working area. You don't get any fragments of glass in you. It does not feel good, trust me. Alrighty, almost done. Once you get into the rhythm of it, it goes pretty fast. And when you are done with cutting the glass for the day or what have you, all these pieces will get thrown out in the trash can, just in case you didn't know where to dispose of them. They can easily go in the trash can. It's not a worry. Just be careful when you bring it out, it doesn't scrape your leg. Alrighty, so now all that is done. I'm going to take a big piece and just kind of bring it over to the other side. Alrighty, so that is the first stage of cutting glass. It's pretty simple. I have the other pieces in this glass container, so I will then put these green ones that we just did and put them in here as well, so that they are ready for when I do have to grind. And just put away. Now these pieces are very small, so in my mind I'm not going to save them because I'm not sure what I would use them for. But you have some big pieces that you can save for scraps. It just depends on what you'd rather do. So that's the first stage of cutting. You just keep doing that, put them in a container, and have them ready for grinding, which will be our next video. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye.